Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and I hope you all are doing good. So today I'm going to talk about the solar eclipse of June 21st, 2020. And this eclipse is going to happen on a Sunday, and this eclipse is going to be the 99 percentile of the eclipse. So what does it mean? It's not 100%. Does it mean it's not the full eclipse? Does it mean it's partial eclipse? No, it is not. Basically, this eclipse is going to hold the energy of the full eclipse. And just like every time the solar eclipse happen, it on an average, it happens twice a year, depending on the planetary positions, the way planets are moving. Every time, just like every time solar eclipse happens, there are always many changes that occur after that eclipse, especially in between the next 3 to 4 to 6 months. Sometimes the effect of the solar eclipse can be seen very quickly, instantly in some people's life, depending upon which Mahadasha, which Antardasha the people are running. So this solar eclipse is going to be of a very, very important, significance because of how the other planets are moving at this point in time. We know that there are 4 planets that are going to be retrograde during the period of this eclipse. So the planets that are going to be involved are going to be especially, we know that Sun, Moon, and Rahu are going to be in the sign of Gemini to form this eclipse. And not only that, Mercury, the planet Buddha, is also going to be conjunct with the Sun, Moon, and Mars in the sign of Gemini. That is its own sign. So there are going to be a lot of things that are going to be happening as a result of this eclipse. And we also know that at this time, other 3 major planets are also going retrograde, Saturn and Jupiter, which is going retrograde in the sign of Capricorn. And if we look at the position of Venus at that time, which is also going to be retrograde, and moving into retrograde motion in the sign of Taurus, again its own sign. So Saturn it's retrograde in its own sign. Venus is retrograde in its own sign, and especially the planet Mercury, which is conjunct Rahu, Sun, and Moon in the sign of Gemini, which is its own sign. This is going to be a really, really interesting eclipse of the year. So now I'm going to talk about how this eclipse is going to come about, and which parts of the world you would be able to see the eclipse. So this eclipse is going to make a ring form, ring shape, with the shadow of north node of the moon. So this eclipse is visible from India, from Nepal, Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Ethiopia, Congo, and Central Africa. And there are certain parts of the world where it is not at all visible, which are the remaining places like North America, the major continents, North America, South America, Australian continent, and also South Africa, UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain. So this eclipse is not visible in those countries, but only, and it is visible in major cities of India. So this eclipse is going to happen in the nakshatra of Mrigshira, and it's going to happen in the pada 3 and pada 4 of Mrigshira Nakshatra. So, and it's that is again in the sign of Mercury, Gemini. So Mrigshira Nakshatra, when we talk about the Mrigshira Nakshatra, I would like to mention certain things about this nakshatra. I would like to highlight the importance of this nakshatra and important, deity involved, and the ruler of this nakshatra. So the nakshatra lord of Mrigshira Nakshatra, the nakshatra lord deity of this nakshatra is the moon, the Chandra, the moon itself is the nakshatra lord of this Mrigshira Nakshatra. And the Gana of this nakshatra is Devagana. So this nakshatra is very pious, very pure nakshatra, very nice nakshatra it is. And the planetary ruler of this nakshatra is Mars, Mangal, Greh Mangal. So according to this planetary influence, we would see that there's a lot of mental research is involved, and that we also know that we are looking for the vaccine for this COVID-19, and this is going to be a turning point where after this eclipse, there are within a few months, like about 3 to 4 months period, you would see there might be the outcome of a vaccine for the situation, because the Mangala energy, the Mars energy, and the Moon energy is involved, and especially when it is happening in the sign of Gemini, that is also the sign that is involved related to the mental work. So you would see these kind of things that are coming up, and not only on a global level, but also in everybody's individual life, these things would be seen. So the nakshatra Mrigshira is a very good nakshatra to deliver the moksha. It contains a lot of moksha energy. So the moksha, as we also call it, liberation. So it is a very good time to practice some spirituality during this eclipse. So now, what basically, if I also go into a little detail about the Mrigshira Nakshatra, so the Mrigshira, basically what it actually means, the head of the deer. So Mriga is a deer, a stag, or you can say a wild forest animal. And Shira is a sir, like it's in Hindi, it is sir. So it is the head of the deer. But if we go into deeper, interpretation of the meaning of this nakshatra, it also means Mrig is like a marg, is a path, is a way, a passage. So Mrig is become the mark, like marg, as I said, the passage. So Shira is also, we can say it is like this, it comes from the Sanskrit word. So shiver. So marg, shiver. So shiver is basically the ultimate destination, the ultimate place of resting, the muster point, the assemble point where you ultimately reach. So when we look into that, what basically this nakshatra is telling us, that this is showing us the passage, the path for the ultimate destination. That is what is the ultimate destination? That is liberation, moksha. So this nakshatra involves the very high degree energy, the high degree shakti of the spiritual fulfillment. So these things can be seen if we actually focus and concentrate on trying to bring in the spirituality into our lives. So this is going to be a very good period during this eclipse. So I'm going to tell you the timing of this eclipse. So the start timing would be somewhere about 10 a.m. on June 21st. So this is going to be for the places where the eclipse is actually going to be visible. But whatever part of the world you are in, you can, check the timing according to your own, country where you are situated. So the eclipse start time is 10 a.m. And I'm talking about the Indian time. So, and I'm not going into the very minute details of the timing. I'm just giving you the bigger picture about the timing. And why I'm going to do that? Because the details, the very minute details about the timing of the eclipse is necessary for those who actually are performing some kind of tantric practices during the time of eclipse. They want to be very on dot with the timings. But here, for people who are actually looking for spiritual and enhancement, spiritual growth, who are actually spiritual seekers, who are looking for the step forward towards the path of moksha, liberation. So it is only to know that the approximate timings of the eclipse and the day of the eclipse. So accordingly, the timing is about 10 a.m. in the morning. It's going to start according to the Indian time, like if you just want to take a approximate New Delhi time. And then it's going to be reaching its maximum peak about the time of 12 p.m. Indian time, New Delhi time. And then eclipse is going to be ending sometime about 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So the range of this eclipse is going to last for up to about sometime about 3.5 to 4 hours. And the minimum range of this minimum, it's going to last in between the range of 1.5 to about 4 hours. So this is what you need to remember. So just keep note of these timings and the date. So what kind of practices are good during this eclipse is you should make some, donations, pray, use this time and use this day of eclipse to do as much spiritual practices as possible. Meditation is the best key, the remedy during this time of eclipse. So also, what you should be doing is not talking during the day of eclipse, or especially during the time of eclipse, is also a very good, auspicious practice. So it's a good austerity. So just like the rishis and the sages in the past, they used to do a lot of austerities during the time of eclipse because they know the importance of this time period when it comes, every time during the year. They know how important it is for the enhancement of their spiritual growth. So again, this eclipse is, what it does basically, the eclipse, it brings the darkness around in the sky. The sun gets covered. So this is the opportunity to find your inner light. When there's everywhere around is dark, that is the best opportunity to find the light within. Go introspect yourself, go within, meditate. So these are very good practices to do during the time of eclipse. Now I'm going to talk about all the 12 ascendants and what kind of impact this eclipse can bring. What would be the remedies that would be nice? What would be the easy remedies I would talk? Like, there are certain kind of different remedies people talk about, and I don't talk about the Lal Kitab remedies at all. I know these are things which are very much in practice and prevalent, especially in India. But I would talk about the mantra remedies. So the deities that you should be praying during that period of eclipse for according to different ascendants. So let's start with the ascendants, all the 12 ascendants, and what each ascendant can expect as the after effects of this eclipse. I'm not saying it's going to be bad effects or good effects. What things they should be concentrating and focusing, and what things that would be in life, what aspects of their life would need more attention after this solar eclipse. So let's start. So for Aries ascendant people, this eclipse is going to happen in your third house. So what is third house? Third house is the house of your younger siblings. This is the house of your courage, your mental strength, your mental abilities, your, small trade and commerce if you are involved in any. This is the house of, salesmanship. So this is the house of communication. Short distance travels can be seen from this house. So those are the areas in your life which will need your attention, or which will need more focus at this point in time. And especially the effects can be seen after the eclipse for a period of about 4 to 6 months. So for Aries ascendant people, be very careful when you're signing any kind of documents, any kind of paperwork. Also, be very careful in not getting involved in any kind of fights, any kind of, grudges with people. As I said, it involves your mental capabilities and mental strengths. So you need to be very careful how and where you are using your mental capabilities and strengths. And this also, this at this time, because this third house involved the manual work, the work that you use with this, the strength of your arms and your hands. So those kind of thing would require more efforts. So also the relationship with your younger siblings, the health of your younger siblings can be the matter of concern at this time. So try to maintain good relationship with your younger siblings, especially your younger sibling, your teammates, and give them a helping hand. See what they require at this point in time and try to provide them that support that they need during this time. So that will also help appease the negative effect of this eclipse. So the other remedy I would suggest is that you chant um, the mantra of Lord Hanuman during this eclipse. If you chant the mantra of Lord Hanuman and ask for the strength, that would be very beneficial. So the mantra is simple mantra of Lord Hanuman. You should chant Om Hanumate Namha, Om Hanumate Namha, Om Hanumate Namha. And if you do one mala of this, the mantra, and after that you chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is going to be really beneficial during this time and even the after the time of this eclipse. So now let's go to the Taurus ascendant people. For Taurus ascendant people, this eclipse is going to happen in your second house. So in second house, because the Mercury is also retrograde there, be very careful with your eyesight. Don't stress yourself too much. Don't work too much on the computer, on your laptops, don't put too much stress on your eyes. So don't stay glued with your mobile screens as well. Give your eyes some relaxation at this time. So second house also involves your family values, your banking, your hoarding, the wealth of the family, the collections, the antique collections in the family, and the knowledge and history about the family. It also involves your second marriage, your second spouse. So this, if you are married for the second time, there are many people in the world now these days, there might be their second marriage. So for them, it is very important to maintain a good relationship with your spouse. And also the history of your family, you can come to know like a certain aspects of your family history which you have never known before. So the energy of this eclipse can be very transformative over you. So also I would suggest that be very careful in terms of your savings, the family history, and the savings and the banking of your combined assets of the family. So when you are investing, you might invest in some kind of education plan of your children as well. So whatever kind of investments you have done in the past or you are planning to do in the future, you should be very careful about your finances at this time. So the mantra as a remedy for this eclipse, for the Taurus ascendant people, is you should chant the mantra of Mata Durga. So the mantra goes like Sarva Mangal Mangalle Shive Sarvartha Sadhike Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. So this mantra is very beneficial during this time for Taurus ascendant people. So chant this mantra and concentrate and be focused on your spiritual upliftment. So for Gemini ascendants, this eclipse is going to happen in your first house. So for Gemini ascendant people, I would suggest this is equally good as well as not very good eclipse for you. So you should be focused on your own soul, mind, and body. You should be focused on the spiritual upliftment. Um, your health can be a matter of concern. You might feel a lot of confusion going around in your life at this time, especially during the time of eclipse and some months after that. This eclipse can be challenging for your um, children as well as your parents, especially your father. And you should be during this time of eclipse, I would suggest you should be very, very focused on how to keep your health in good shape. So there might be a lot of discomfort, mental and emotional discomfort in your relationship with your spouse. So I would suggest try and work things out. Sit together, talk about it. And if there are any grudges in between you and your life partner or your business partner from the past, or if it is going on, some kind of situation is going on due to the axis of Rahu Ketu in your Lagna and the 7th house, I would suggest that try to work out the things in between you and your partner, whether is it your business partner or your life partner. The mantra that you should be chanting to find a solace, find a peace of mind during this time of eclipse, you should chant Om Namah Shivaya. And if you are at a little higher degree, at a higher level, and looking for even more spiritual growth in your life, then I would suggest you can also chant the Mahamrityunjay mantra. Om Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhin Pushtivardanam Urvarukumiv Bandhanat Mrityor Mukshya Mamritat. So this is going to be really, really helpful for you. Now let's talk about the Cancer ascendant people. For Cancer ascendant people, this eclipse is going to be in your 12th house, and the 12th house and the 6th house axis is involved in this eclipse. So I would suggest you need to be very, very careful about any kind of litigation, any kind of conflict, any kind of loans. You shouldn't be taking any loans in this time period. If you have already taken any loans in the past, there might be a phase where you are asked to return the loans, and you might find it very difficult to make arrangements to return the loans. Also, in this time period, you would be also finding some kind of like a different kind of experiences. You would feel that there is a different energy that is trying to guide you through this lifetime, because the 12th house is involved. So sometimes we see that when eclipse is happening in the 12th house, the people, depending upon which Mahadasha and Antardasha you're going through, especially if you're going through the Dasha or Antardasha of the planet Mercury itself. So you might face the spiritual incursions. You might face that the ancestral spirits are trying to guide you through your life. Or it might also be the case that due to that, you might also make some wrong decisions in your life about your future, about the relationship, about your, like, if there are any kind of conflicts going on, if there are enemies involved, litigation involved, you might take wrong decisions. So be very careful about those things. And also, because the 12th house is involved, again, this is going to be the amazing time if you focus more on enhancing your spiritual life. If you're trying to find out the true meaning of your life, this is going to be the very golden period for you. At the same time, I would say that there might be a chances that certain unexpected events might happen. If your health is already not in good shape, you should be getting your full checkup, diagnosed for any kind of ailment. If you're going through that health problems already, don't just neglect it. Be very cautious and focus on your health. For Cancer ascendants, the mantra you should chant during this time of eclipse is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. You should do the one mala, 108 rounds at least. And once you do that mantra, after that you can also chant Maha mantra of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So now let's talk about Leo ascendants. For Leo ascendants, this eclipse is going to happen in your 11th house. And the axis that is involved is 11th house and 5th house axis. So the 11th house is the house of gains, the fulfillment of your wishes and desires in this life, and the material gains of during this lifetime. And also it also talks about the benefit and achievement that you have gained through your career. So I would suggest that take very small steps as far as your career enhancement is involved. Your business, if you're doing your own business, do not invest in any new venture, or do not try to expand your business at this point in time. Also take all the steps very carefully. The children at this time might feel, if you are married or if you have children, you might feel that children at this time are feeling aloof. They are not feeling that you are emotionally and mentally connected with them. They are looking for your time and attention, which you're not able to give them at this time. So the relationship with your children, is a matter of concern, and also the health of your children can be a matter of concern as well. You might also face some kind of difficult situation due to your whatever is already going on in your workplace, like let's say your career, whatever is your you have done and achieved in your career can also be brought forward to analyze the ongoing opportunities that you might receive in your career at this point in time and in the coming period after the eclipse is over. So also, if you are working, try to maintain a good congenial relationship with your co-workers, especially the ones who have given you all the support, who have worked as your mentors. Also, the health of your elder siblings should be, a matter of concern at this time, or the relationship with your elder siblings can be a matter of concern. Don't, try to say things, or, try to maintain very good relationship with your elder siblings, and this will also help in enhancing the good results of this eclipse for you. So the mantra that I would say the Leo ascendant people should be chanting at this time is Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namo Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namo Namaha. So chant this one round of this mantra, and this will bring good results of this eclipse in your life. All right. Now let's talk about Virgo ascendant people. So for Virgo ascendants, this eclipse is happening in your 10th house, and it is forming the axis of 10th house and 4th house with Rahu Ketu in your birth chart. So now, what is 10th house? 10th house is the house of career. 10th house is the house of your, worldly reputation. 10th house is also involved with politics. 10th house is also the house of your, how people perceive you in public life. So at this point, your focus would be how to manage and how to balance the things related to your home life, your family life, and your career at the same time. So I would say that this eclipse can also bring like a huge transformation in terms of what career path you have already chosen for yourself up until this point in time, or if you want to continue the same career path, or if you want to bring changes. You might be contemplating about changing the line of career as well. Or also during this time, the health of your mother would be the matter of concern for you. The relationship with your mother would be the matter of concern for you. She might be looking for your attention, which you are not able to give at this point in time. The things related to your house, your comfort, are not very good at this time. So the house comfort, the comfort of your family, the togetherness of your family is missing at this point in time. So don't take any rash decisions at this time. It can also damage your reputation at your workplace. Try to maintain good relationship with your boss at this time. And if you are thinking about changing your career, I would suggest postpone that idea at this point in time. Maybe rethink about it. Don't take hasty decisions. So for Virgo ascendants, I would suggest that you do not drink milk in the night time for another few months after the eclipse, and especially during the day of eclipse. Some people are in the habit of drinking milk during night time before going to bed. So avoid that, and also chanting the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, or chanting the mantra Om Namo Narayanaya. That would really bring you help during this difficult phase. For Libra ascendant people, this eclipse is happening in your ninth house. So this can be the time period of, you know, um, getting into more involved into religious activities, getting more involved into spiritual activities, or finding the new purpose in, serving in temples, going to ashrams, going to, meet your teachers, your gurus. And yeah, but at the same time, make sure that you serve your guru during this time. And if you are looking for, getting admission into higher education, like universities, or if you're looking into passing the, universities and receiving degrees, this might be the turning point. This might be the period of change and new beginnings. So also I would say that a relationship with your younger siblings is a challenge at this time. If you are living in a household where you're together with your younger siblings, try to support them, try to help them, try to sit and spend some time with your younger siblings. So as you don't want them to be feeling neglected. Supporting your younger siblings would be of great help. And also, if you are having any guru, serving your guru is also very beneficial during this time. So for Libra ascendant people, the mantra that you should be chanting at this time is Om Gurvei Namaha. Om Gurvei Namaha. Also make sure the health of your father, if it is a matter of concern, get your the checkup of your father, your health diagnosis of your father. Try to serve your father at this time as much as you can. And again, the guru, if you are looking for guru, the guru might appear at any time after this eclipse is over. You might, if you are, some people are looking to find a guru, bona fide guru in their life. So chanting the mantra Om Gurvei Namaha will clear all the fog and all the doubts in your life. For Scorpio ascendant people, this eclipse is happening in your 8th house. and it's forming the 8th and 2nd house axis in your horoscope. So for Scorpio ascendant people, this is going to be a period of huge transformation. For you, it is a very good time to really not be involved in any kind of activity other than the spiritual growth, because this can bring like a lot of new unexpected things in your life. You would feel a lot of transformative energy happening around you. A sudden unexpected thing might happen. Sudden relationship problems might occur, especially with your spouse. So this house also involves the combined family assets, the joint family assets, like the assets of your spouse and yourself. So be very careful in terms of where you are investing your finances. There might be sudden problems, health problems that you might discover during this time. Maybe you are having some kind of health issues which are undiagnosed, which can come up to on the surface at this time. So this is a very crucial period for Scorpio ascendant people. So in order for them to have some kind of relaxation, some kind of spiritual growth and enhancement, the chanting of the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya is going to be really beneficial. If you're going to face any kind of sudden changes, sudden events occurring that are not very pleasant, this mantra will definitely help you to go through that phase and pass through the difficult time. But if you are running some good Mahadashas or Antardasha, then the effect will not be that critical. But at the same time, this chanting this mantra would be very beneficial. So again, it's Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. For Sagittarius ascendants, this eclipse is going to happen in your 7th house, and it is going to form the 7th house and 1st house axis in your birth chart. So for Sagittarius ascendants, this eclipse is going to be bringing a lot of transformational energy in your 7th house, in the house of your partner, in the house of your business partners or life partner, or the intimate relationships that you are having in your life. So also this house is also involved with, if you're involved with any kind of you're dealing with any kind of attorneys, if you're dealing with any kind of litigation matters. So you should be very much careful at this time when it comes to dealing with these kind of professionals. They might try to take advantage of your situation. The relationship with your spouse can be a matter of concern. The mantra that you should be chanting to find a solace, find a peace of mind during this time of eclipse, you should chant Om Namah Shivaya. For Capricorn ascendants, this eclipse is happening in your 6th house, and it is forming the 6th house and 12th house axis in your birth chart. So the 6th house is related with debts. It's related with chronic diseases. It's related with litigation, enemies. It's related with the betrayals. It's related with divorces, conspiracies. And it also involves your maternal uncles and maternal aunts. So everything to do with these kind of situations, be very careful. Don't take loans during this time or after the eclipse for a certain period of time. And if you are having good relationship with your maternal uncles and aunts, try to maintain that relationship. Don't get into any kind of conflict with your maternal uncles and aunts. And keep a watch on your words, on the if any conflicting situations arise, try to stay away from them, because that might also create problems with your local police. If you have to return anybody's money, try and return the money during this time. And also keep your profile low. Don't get involved in any kind of conflict with anyone. And also try to make sure that your relationship with your spouse is going good at this time. So for Capricorn ascendant people, the mantra you should be chanting is the Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And I would also like to add again here that be very careful of your health. Get your health checked up. Try to stay involved in some kind of physical activity, exercise regime. So be focused on your health at this time, because the Saturn and Jupiter is in your ascendant at this time, and it's obviously making a Sharashtak with 6th house. So I would suggest that try to adapt a good routine, good lifestyle routine. Eat well, eat healthy. All right. So for Aquarius ascendant people, this eclipse is going to happen in your 5th house, and it's going to form the axis 5th house and 11th house axis in your horoscope. So I would suggest that this is a time when you should completely focus on your children and on your relationship with your children. And health of your children can also be a matter of concern. So be very careful when it comes to your focusing on the life of your children. Also, this can be a situation where if you have any kind of investments in stock markets or in mutual funds, that can give you little trouble. Your investments might not fructify at this time, or there are chances. If I would suggest, if you want to withdraw your investments, if it is not in losses, if you have just made new fresh investments, I would suggest that if you would like, you can take them out, because it's a very tricky period. It's the 5th house and 11th house axis. So that can your desires might not fulfill in terms of achieving financial goals, achieving other wish fulfillment. So also, if you are in any kind of love and romance relationship, there might be chances that you might get into a breakup situation. So be very careful, like use your words. If in any relationship, use your words very carefully. Try not to offend your partner or your relation or your romantic partner in a relationship. Also, if you're trying the career of acting, if you're trying to get into politics, this time you should give it some pause, hold on, give some time, let this heavy energy pass through, and then take decisions, and then step forward gradually and slowly, because there are chances that people at this time may exploit you. So be very careful about it. Okay. And for Capricorn ascendants, you should chant the mantra Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Also, along with that mantra chanting, doing Surya Namaskar in the morning, and by chanting the mantra Om Suryaya Namaha would also be very beneficial. If you would like to make it a regular practice, there's nothing like that. But if you cannot continue that is for a long time, at least do it for first 11 days, starting the day of the eclipse in the early morning. So for Pisces ascendant people, this eclipse is happening in your 4th house, and this is forming the 4th house and 10th house axis. So for Pisces ascendants, this time is very crucial when it comes to looking into the comforts of life. So there might be situations you might feel very unsettled in your own home, in the place of your comforts. So you would like to find a place of solace in your own home. And also in relationship with your mother, it's a very critical period. Health of your mother should be taken into consideration. You should not neglect any signs. If your mother is showing any signs of ill health, you should get her checked up. And also with the properties, and with your if you're trying to construct a new house, this is not a good time. You should delay the construction of the house. Also it also will, the problems in terms of your own family home, in your childhood home, or the place where you spend your time the most, the comfortable place of your house. So that is going to be demanding a lot of time and energy out of you, which can affect your career, which can lead you to neglect your career life, and that can create further issues. So be very careful. Serving your mother at this time can help relief, provide you some relief. So for Pisces ascendant people, if you're looking for enhancing your lifestyle, the comfort style of your life, so I would suggest to chant the mantra of Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Because Lord Krishna, Lord Vishnu is the ultimate provider. He is the ultimate comforter. He is the ultimate solace. So that will also give you some energy and some courage to pass through this difficult time. Okay. So for this was all about the solar eclipse of June 21st. If you have any comments, please note your comments down in the comment section, and I would be trying to look into it whenever I find time. Okay. All right. Have a wonderful time.